Hi, good morning, and welcome everyone to Homo Ludens, the channel on history and board games. It is really early. It is unexpected. It's a bit like going to church. So that's a Sunday morning gaming session. And I'm here joined by Steven Ranganzas. For those who don't know, Steven is the designer of the now released The British Way. I think some of you in the US still haven't got their copies, but here in the UK we have them, so that was nice. And you are also the designer of a game that is currently in P500, the Guerrilla Generation, which is another coin multipack on a different topic. If you want to know more about those, I've got quite a few videos on the British Way. We've got the interview of Stephen when you were in P500. We've got the first two episodes of the campaign that I'm playing with Joe Dewhurst. Episode 3 is coming soon because apparently everyone wants to see it more than anything else based on the votes we got in the polls. So that's nice. And on the Guerrilla Generation, we have this long discussion where we talk about the coin system, the philosophy behind it, and how we maybe should go potentially beyond coin while making a coin game, which is quite interesting. But yeah, thanks, Stephen, for being here. Anything you want to say to the few people that actually woke up to see this stream? I think there are 6 people here on the stream.
Well, I think one of the people on the stream, and so I just
Yeah.
want to say that we all know that IU Bloomington is better than Purdue. So just that's the reason why Fred chose me over you, Russ, is that he knows the difference in Indiana University quality.
So there was a bit of a fight between Russ and Steven to know who will wake up at 4:30 to actually do that stream. Thank God it's not that early for me, but Russ will be back soon to play Nineveh, the game by Nuts Publishing. We should have Rex Bryan on the show to do a teach and play quite soon, so we're planning on this. Just waiting for the latest version of the Vassal module from Nuts, and we should be good to go. So stay tuned. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. But yeah, a lot more playthroughs to come. Great, but we're here this morning because we want to celebrate the fact that Red Flag Over Paris got a Rally the Troops module. For those who don't know, Rally the Troops is an online platform that is developed by a guy named Tor that provides quite a few games, most of them being CDGs, that you can play in your browser, and that's pretty awesome. It's I think the most amazing way to play war games online today. The only thing that doesn't make it a straight competitor to Vassal is the fact that it has a pretty limited catalog. Even if I don't really care about this, because most of the games that are there are games that I like a lot. So for me, that's almost enough. Of course, I'm always happy when there are more games on Rally the Troops, but that's yeah, pretty minor. And the thing that is so great about this is, on top of playing in your browser, which makes it pretty accessible, is that it enforces the rules. So if you already know the game, it's a really good way to get good at it, avoid rules mistakes and stuff like this. So that's pretty awesome. Recently, I think I have right now on Rally the Troops maybe 4 different games of Andean Abyss, where I'm playing each of the different factions at the same time against different people, which is just awesome. And no, I think it's the platform that I play war games on the most. I don't know what's your experience with Rally the Troops, Steven.
Yeah, I played quite a few things on it. I think I've played definitely Pax Premier, Nevsky, Indian Abyss, Wilderness War. So I've worked my way through the Volko collection on
Mm.
Rally the Troops, but I'm very happy to see that Red Flag Over Paris has made its way on here.
Great. And talking about this, actually, I was thinking, and that's maybe something for people watching us or to leave in the comment, but I was thinking about now that the module is ready on Rally the Troops and accessible to everyone, I thought it would be a good opportunity maybe to organize a tournament. So if you're interested in that, just let me know, put something in the comment, tell us if you are up for that. And if so, I think I will put up a form just to capture some email address of people who would like to participate. And like we did for Just of Robin Hood, I will probably have some sort of giveaways for the finalists or something like this. But it will be a way to engage with the game. So that could be fun. So let us know in the comments if you would be interested in participating in a tournament. Great. But I guess we can bring in Rally the Troops on stream. And this is what the platform looks like. So it's pretty straightforward. You have the map here. On the right hand side, you're going to have the different logs. So you're going to see that, first of all, I'm playing the commune, Steven is playing Versailles. And one thing that is important is that we're playing the censorship variant of Red Flag Over Paris. So for those of you who don't know, for the 1 year anniversary or something like this, I don't remember exactly when I published it, but I published a variant for the game, which is a very small rules change. And I join that with 10 extra cards that you can print at home and add to your deck. Those 10 extra cards are also going to be available on C3I, the next issue of C3I. So that should be released. I don't know if it's later this year or early next. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe it's next, but it will be added to C3I. And those cards will also be available in different localizations of the game. So you can play with them. But the variant itself doesn't require the extra cards. The variant itself, you can play with the base game. And the only thing that changes is that at the beginning of each turn, instead of drawing 4 cards, you're going to draw 5. Then you're going to decide initiative. And then in initiative order, players are going to decide to discard a card from their hand. So you have a bit more control over your hand. You have a bit more hand management. And the thing that becomes interesting with that is that the player with initiative now has an extra bonus of having 1 card on the top of the discard that is probably a card of their faction, because that's a card that their opponent didn't want it to keep in their hand, that now becomes available to purchase on the top of the discard to activate it, like if it was played by their opponent in a subsequent round. So that's just a small change. You can find all the files on BGG. It's all free, and it comes with a new player aid that is a bit more complete than the one that was in the box. So there is a lot of cool stuff to get on BGG. I think that's pretty much it. Any thoughts on the censorship variant, Steven? I don't know if you.
I think I've played it a couple of times, and I think that that's like the way to play. Like I don't see. I think the base game, of course, is very good, but there's. I have not tried the new cards, so I've just tried the censorship variant, and I think that pretty much everybody should play that way.
Yeah, and if there is a tournament, it would be a censorship variant tournament. I don't. For me, I agree. It's the way to play. It gives you more control. It limits the randomness of bad hands. It's slightly adjusts the fact that having initiative is a bit more important, which is a bit weak, especially in the first 2 rounds of the game. Normally, it becomes interesting straight off. So, yeah, I think it's the way to go. Cool, but here we are, and we both know the game pretty well, so we can also chat about other things while we play. But this is the first round. So as I said, I have 5 cards in hand, but before that, I need to check my objectives. And I hope, Steven, that you're not watching my screen.
I have moved my browser just so I can see our 2 floating heads, and then none of your map. So we should be good.
So those are my objectives, obviously. So as the commune, it seems obvious that I'm going to choose this one, even if I'm actually tempted to take this one, because that could be a pain in the ass for Steven, but that would maybe require a bit too investment from me on round 1. So I think I'm going to keep it safe. And I think with the commune, you probably need to play it safe for maybe at least the first round. So I'm going to take this. And now the Radio Troop modules prompts me to decide who's going to be the initiative player. And let me think about this. I think I'm going to be the... should I be the initiative player?
He's only designed the game, but he's already faced a tough choice that he cannot decide.
Yes, it's really hard. I think playing the commune is probably the hardest faction, especially if you're playing against a competent Versailles player. It can be extremely tricky, and I don't remember how competent you are in the game.
I have not played the game in a long time. I played a lot of plays. In the local DC area, we do this thing called War Game Wednesday, organized by Jason Matthews, the designer of Twilight Struggle, as I'm sure everybody knows. But no one had a copy of Red Flag Over Paris, so at least for the first couple War Game Wednesdays, I felt like obligated to bring Red Flag Over Paris and like teach it to people. So that's where I did a lot of plays or watching people play Red Flag.
Okay, and you're going to see that, but I decided to not keep in my hand the Banque de France, which is a power move because it's a card from my faction, which can be actually a pretty powerful event. But I have no use for that event, and usually I would say that as the commune player, I hate having the Banque de France in my hand. because I think it is a trick event. And if you end up having it in your hand for Final Crisis, it's a big mess. Like you have to plan all around it. It's massively annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Now I have to look at my hand, which you guys unfortunately can't see. And so I'm gonna discard a card that I probably shouldn't, but just in honor of this stream, because I know it's Fred's favorite card, and I want him to have ability to play it.
You're gonna discard Karl Marx? Oh no, Louis
No.
Michel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, and this is where it becomes really interesting. So we've both discarded our cards, and now it's my first action round, and that's why I took the initiative. I was curious to see what Steven was gonna discard, and actually, I'm really interested in Louis Michel. It's a very powerful card to play as a first card of any round, but especially round one. And when there is a card on top of the discard, you can activate it by discarding a card of equal or greater value. So we're going to do a trade, 2 for 2. I'm going to activate Louis Michel for the event. And for that, I'm going to discard Fortification of Mont Valérien, which is a pretty powerful card for Steven, but you know what? That's fine with me. So if we look at the event of Louis Michel, it says, if possible, increase the revolutionary momentum, which is something that I want to do as fast as I can. So I'm doing this. And then the second thing is you may use 1 operations point in public opinion or Paris spaces. And I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in public opinion, just because I want to take control of the press as fast as I can. And now the question is, do I place or do I remove? And I'm going to place because at the beginning of the game, the cube tension is on Versailles. So I want to force you to place more cubes. I don't want to put any cube pools in your pool. Any cube in your cube pool. And that's the end of the event for me.
Okay, so now I have to decide whether I want to try to discard to get that fortification. And I don't think I do, because I've got this guy, which Fred can pronounce.
Adolphe Thiers, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know that you've got a French audience, so I don't want to necessarily...
That's fine. I think most of the audience is English speaking.
Okay, thank God.
So Adolphe Thiers increases Prussian collaboration, then you can place up to 2 cubes in Royalist, so that's pretty nice. And that means that, yeah, that's actually pretty good. The fact that you increase your Prussian collaboration because you didn't breach in escalation. So that's pretty good. And Felipe, thanks for being here from Australia. And yes, I also love the Ready the Troops module. It's really, really cool. Okay, now I need to think what I want to do here. Should I go big?
Since the players, the viewers can't see what's in my hand, I'll just give you the hint that it's just a fistful of ones.
I'm tempted to do... it's tricky. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play the Archbishop Georges Darbois, and I'm going to play him for ops. And I'm going to go political. No, I'm not going to go political. I'm going to go military. Because then I'm going to take control of Paris, and it's a bit risky, but I'm going to unlock some cubes from escalation. So I say that it's a bit risky because now I just filled my cube pool, and I have 2 cubes that can be targeted by Steven in the political space, and I don't have any space in my cube pool. So if they get removed, boom, they get out of play. And the only way for me to bring them back is potentially to have Les Cantinières later in the game.
Okay, so what do I want to do? I think I'm going to play this one for political.
So, oh, yeah. Actually, I'm tempted to take this one.
Yeah, I know. I did not want to save that for Final Crisis, funny enough.
Yeah. Because Valery Wroblewski is a really powerful event. So, a Polish revolutionary that, after a failed revolution in Poland, lived in exile in Paris and took part in the Paris Commune. Actually, the Paris Commune relied a lot on Polish revolutionaries that were had experience of revolutions and fighting and stuff like this. So they were actually pretty pivotal for the Paris Commune. Interesting. So it's my last card of the game. Well, I definitely want to keep this one for Final Crisis and not this, because that would be dreadful. Just a reminder, if you play a card of your opponents in Final Crisis, they get to activate the event as they wish, and I certainly don't want them to play that event. The thing is, do I get that barricade and secure Butte Montmartre once and for all? Because I think 2 cubes and a barricade would be pretty big. Or, actually, no. Yeah, I'm going to play for ups, and I'm going to play for political ups, and I'm going to place a cube in the press. And I'm done, and that was the last card of the round. So, wait a minute, Russ. Who do you think should have removed? Do you think it's Steven or I?
Let's see here. Yeah, I think you're fine there. So I think I will play this for political. And I will just take...
Jules Ducatel. Jules Ducatel is a pretty good card.
I know, but I'm not going to be able to block you. I think I have a pretty good idea of what you have. I'm just trying to stop the spread with that pivotal bonus from...
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so now you get to pick these.
Yeah, and I agree, Russ. When you have an opportunity to remove cubes from the cube pool from the game, actually, you should probably always pick it. So I have the initiative. So I decide in which order we do the pivotals. Well, I'm going to do this one first, and I'm going to pass because I'm really happy with the situation that we were in here. I'm going to let you do this one, and I guess you're going to spread to Republicans.
Yep. So spread influence. I think I'll put this here.
And I'm actually tempted to turncoat you in the press to strengthen my position. That might be a bit overkill, but that should be fine. So no one is going to be scoring the forts. I'm going to be scoring Paris. You're going to be scoring institutions, and I would be not scoring the press. Oh, you had legitimacy as an objective. Wait a minute. What does it do? Use up to 3 operation points in political spaces. Then you may increase your player momentum. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. And what does mine do? Use up to 2 operation in public opinion spaces. Then you may increase or decrease revolutionary momentum. Actually, I might have to do that first to make sure that those 3 ops are not going to remove cubes. Yeah, because it's going to... Oh my god, that's really bad. So I'm going to score this, and we're going to resolve mine first. So 2 up in public opinion. I guess just going to place 1 cube to empty my cube pool. And then what I'm going to do is pass for the other one, and then I'm going to increase this, and you're going to have the bonus of playing 1 cube in institutions.
Okay. I guess it's probably better to put Republicans. Okay.
Yeah, and then we're going to activate. So I'm done with that event, and then you're going to do yours.
Okay. Use 3 ops to remove, so I can just...
Yep.
And then increase Prussian collaboration, which is going to...
Yeah, and means that now I can place that cube back in the press.
Yep. There you go.
So yeah, so this is a lot of question asked. Wait a minute, what is initiative important and all that? And actually, initiative is important just for that. If Steven had the initiative and he could make the events from the objective trigger the other way around, it would have been devastating for the commune. So that's a good example of how crucial it can be done. Okay, so we're done.
That's more important than getting the last card play?
I don't think so. I think it really depends on the situation on the board. I think for me, for the commune on round 1, it might be more important than having the last card play, especially if you have an objective that you know you can secure pretty early, maybe with the first card, for example. It depends what objective you have. If it's a risky objective, it's better to have the last card play. If it's an objective that you can secure, actually maybe keeping the initiative might be better, I would say. Okay, so yeah, you need just to finish playing the event. I think you just need to click on done on your side.
Oh, yep.
And then we go into round two. So we go back again. That's my hand. It's a pretty good hand for the commune, I would say. I like that a lot. And what are my objectives? Oh, okay. Those are not great. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
mine aren't great either. So,
yeah. This is typically so. If you were wondering, this is typically a case where I might give the initiative to Steven because those objectives are spicy. Qu'est-ce qui est le plus réaliste? Yeah, there is no way I can do that. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it one bit. Oh, God. Wait a minute. What are my What are my events here? Yeah, Ross. Ouch, indeed. Actually, I do have kind of what I need for this. For some weird reason. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I think I'm gonna take this route. Okay, and now the Versailles player decides initiative because they have the advantage. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to get initiative. Yes, I do get initiative. Not surprised. Why do I want to discard? Well, I definitely don't want Jules Ferry to stay in the game.
okay, so there we go.
Okay, I'm gonna play Général Ernest de Cissé for military, and I'm gonna place 2 cues in Valérien.
So I think I'm gonna play this one. So how do I in Rally the Troops play the discard?
So the discard is going to be highlighted, so you can click on Général Ernest de Cissé, and then he will ask you to discard a card to activate it.
Okay.
Oh, Dombrowski. Oh, yeah, I'm actually fine with that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually tempted to discount for Dombrowski, another Polish revolutionary who died during the Bloody Week. Do I want to do and secure? Actually, I'm not really too worried about you coming into Butte Montmartre because you've got to take control of Mont Valérien first. So maybe that's fine. Well, it's hard to decide. It's hard to decide. I guess. Oh, okay. I'm gonna attempt something.
Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna play this one for the event then.
Oh, so you're playing Jules Favre, increases Prussian collaboration, then you can place 1 in Republicans. Fair enough. I'm going to strengthen the press. Oh, I'm getting dangerously close to breaching final crisis. I'm done. Okay, I need to place some cubes. Oh, it's a gamble. Je vais faire le dernier, il va rester là. Yeah, let's go for it. It's bold, but I'm gonna go for it. And I'm gonna place. I'm pretty happy with my diversion, but I just hope it stands. It works.
I think I'm waiting on you to use your operations points.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so now is a tough call because I don't think I can actually get what I wanted, so I need to just do this.
Well, anyway, that was that. Okay, so I guess I'll let you do this first. You're probably gonna turncoat me here.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna pass here doing any bonus because I'm happy with that. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna spread influence, and I'm gonna move this cube in the Chateau de Vincennes. And then I'm gonna pass here because I'm pretty, yeah, I'm gonna pass here. I'm happy with the situation. So you score one political, I score one political, no one scores the forts, and I score an additional military. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty bad. So your objective was Butokai.
Yeah, that was the easier one.
Yeah, and my objective was Chateau de Vincennes. So I had two objectives. One was either Chateau de Vincennes or the Royalists. Yeah, and I decided to go for Chateau de Vincennes, even if I wanted that political VP here. But that's what it is. Okay. So I guess that's that, and now I need to decide. So I'm gonna this objective is not fulfilled. So it gets discarded, and then I get to use 2 operations points in military space or remove 1 from any space. And I guess what could I do with those meat? Actually fine with this. 1 in any space. Well, I could do a couple of removals from 4DC, but that would just strengthen your cube pool, and I kind of want you to breach before I do. So maybe I'll try to remove 1. No. I'm gonna spend. That was a success, and then I'm gonna place 1. And I'm gonna place it Mont Valérien to strengthen my position. An event. Okay, round 3. What are my objectives? Well, I'm definitely taking this, that's for sure.
Let's see here. I think.
So what's my final crisis hand for now?
Let's see here.
That's pretty good.
I probably should go first.
Oh, so you took the initiative? That's really bad because there was a card that I specifically wanted to get rid of in my hand. But hey, I think I will just keep it in my...
I think if I I'll discard this guy.
Who did you discarded Jules Valles? Yeah, that's really nice. So that's gonna be a bit surprising, but I think I'm gonna discard. I'm going to discard Karl Marx. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel awful.
Okay, so let's play this one for here.
Oh, so you had a 3-up scored. You Washburn. Oh, so you failed
failed
removal.
the first one.
Yeah. And 1 cube is out. That's not nice. So someone is trying really hard to go for Mont Valérien, which I don't like too much. But I will tolerate for now. And you have, the Prussian collaboration is at 3, so the Prussian occupied territories are open also. So I need also to be a bit careful about that. Okay, so I guess what I will do on my side is... Yeah, I'm gonna play... I'm tempted to do something a bit funny when I do this. Yes, I will. I think it's funny. Okay, I will play this for military ups. I'm going to place 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
I'm done.
Just a parade of Freemasons just stormed Paris.
Yes, exactly.
And you know what I'm going to storm Mount Valerian with? Just a screaming Victor Hugo. Just
oh, good old Victor Hugo.
All right. Yeah, he's just gonna.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go all in. Fair enough. Okay, so now I'm gonna do something that you're gonna hate. I'm gonna pay Paul Mac for the event, and I'm gonna replace a blue cube with a cube of mine in a place where I'm present.
Well, let's see here. Now I have a big choice of what I want to use my last card for.
It's a mean game. I realize that.
I know. I have to actually make tough choices. What a game. You know?
Yes, really
trade-off.
Annoying. Yeah.
I do think you have to finish playing your event, but...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No problem. Now I have to decide... Yeah, you've luckily cleared your pool. So
and that's always what I'm trying to do, having at least 2 empty spots.
The question is, how good of a last card do you have in your hand? Is really the question. Okay, I think I'm going to do this, which is a little risky.
Yes, Ross, my cube balance is pretty dangerous. I know that. So I have a plan for it. Okay, yeah. So I guess your objective was...
Actually, that doesn't do anything. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're just going to turncoat whatever I put there. So actually, you might not, because you don't have a lot of cubes.
I might but I might de-escalate it.
Yeah, that's true. So, which is kind of also what I want to do. So I think I'm actually going to go here.
Yeah, probably for the
best.
No,
but then I have to. So if I de-escalate it, I'll be able to remove that one red one and then one of mine.
Yep. So you can remove one from Mont Valérien and the one in Château de Vincennes, and you'll still keep control of Mont Valérien, which I guess is your objective. And you breach first. Nice.
Yep.
That's what I wanted. Okay, now I'm actually very happy with what's going to happen. So that's the last card of the round. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you need to move your bonus cubes. Yeah. Mine are removed because I'm not bridging, but I got the political VP, which I wanted. And yes, my economy is pretty tight.
Mhm.
I only have 2 cubes left available, but I do have a plan, and I'm going to play Georges Clemenceau, and I'm going to play him for the event. I have some extra cubes in Paris that I don't need, and I'm going to send them straight to the National Assembly.
Mm. Mhm.
1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Very happy about that.
So I guess we'll do this one, and I wanted to de-escalate. So I'll take one out of here and then one out of here.
Yep.
Then you can do this guy.
And I'm going to pass. I have nothing to do here.
And you can do this one.
And here I might de-escalate. Yeah, I think I'm going to de-escalate.
Okay.
Skip. And here, I think I'm also going to de-escalate. No. Let me check my Final Crisis hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm going to de-escalate.
Okay, so this one, nothing's going to happen, and then you're going to score this one and this one. I'll score this one. All right, and then I have the. So you have the Catholic Church.
Yep.
Which I almost thought about removing you out of. And what's it going to do? Let's say replace. Remove one. Or replace. Okay.
You have a difficult decision because your objective has 2 options, and both of them, actually, one might be better for you right now than the other.
Replace an opponent's cube. Yeah. Well, I think I'm just going to use these to get rid of some of your cubes. So, well, actually, I think I have to score these first.
Yeah, you score them first, and then you resolve the.
I think I'm going to use this to replace. Oh, no, operations. And then,
Well. And I'm going to replace you from 2 political spaces, and I'm going to replace one in the National Assembly, and I'm going to replace the one in the Royalists. And I'm going to end the event. Okay, so now what I'm discarding is definitely this one. I don't want to keep Les Amis de l'Ordre in my Final Crisis hand. That would be pretty dreadful.
Okay, this one is definitely what I'm getting rid of. Okay.
It's going to be a tight Final Crisis.
Yeah, it's going to be very weird.
And actually, I'm a bit stressed about. Will there be a tie? If there is a tie, I think I'm going to keep the initiative because I want to have the additional tiebreaker just in case. I think it's a bit risky, and I guess what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try to be as much as possible a pain in the ass, and I'm gonna play Charles de l'Écluse straight away. So I'm gonna attempt to remove that cube. That's a success. Then I'm going to attempt to remove. Maybe I should place 2. Yeah, and then I'm gonna place 1 here and 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to remove this cube in the National Assembly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of my event.
Okay, so I'm gonna just quickly do these two. To remove.
Généraliste vivant. To remove from the social movements. Yep. In that case, my reply to that will be Le Réveil, which increase my revolutionary momentum, gives you 1 cube in institutions. Yeah, definitely going there. Then I'm gonna place a 1 in the press.
Okay. I'm now gonna take you out of the Catholic Church.
Oh.
Yeah. I doubled that up, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to help me.
Yeah, and the problem is that I kept this thinking that you would play your final crisis card first. I was waiting for you to come into Paris to replace you, but I have no one to replace. So that's the end of the event. I was hoping Macmahon would come in earlier.
Yeah.
But I won't change anything because Macmahon cannot give you back control of Mont Valérien. And yeah, you can only come in Père Lachaise and Butokai. So
yeah,
I'm pretty safe. So pivotal. Well, I guess I'm gonna spread influence to go into social movements just for historical reasons. Here I'm going to turncoats. No, I'm gonna be the. No, I'm gonna turncoats to try and take a bit more space here. And then no one scores this, no one scores that, no one scores that, no one scores that. The commune wins.
Pretty
on political VPs. It's a pretty clear win. Great. Thanks, Stephen. So what did you think?
It was good. I definitely think that, there's probably some things I could have done better. I do think that if you get like 2 bad objectives and like you can't really do anything about it, then you can get a little bit behind.
Yeah.
It can be hard to recover. I mean, it's also weird in that like I think a lot of people complain about the randomness of the hands, but I had one hand that was almost all 1s, and then I had one hand that was almost all 3s.
Yeah.
And so like I think that when I get that all 3 hand, I had like some semblance of a chance to come back. But I think that it's nice how the Final Crisis requires you to use the events, and so you do have to think about ahead what might actually help me a little bit, because I knew I was going to be able to eliminate the what's that called again? The orange is what's the actual name of that? Public opinion.
Oh yeah.
Like knock you out of public opinion at the very end of the game, but clearly it was not enough to secure the win.
Yeah, it can be really hard. But yeah, it's funny because I think we got 2 bad objectives at the same round on round 2, and it was really hard for both of us. And I made a bit of a bet, and it actually paid off. So that was quite nice to force you to answer in the institutions that I thought you wanted to keep. And that was the way for me to actually do a diversion to make sure that I was keeping Chateau de Vincennes, which was quite interesting. But yeah, it's pretty spicy. Yeah, thanks, Russ. I also think it's one of the most interesting part of the game. I really like it. Those FC events. I think it's like the fact that you're building your hand for the end of the game is actually really fun. Cool. And we forgot to say at the beginning of the stream actually that there was some surprise for the end of the stream. Should we talk about this now?
Yeah, we should talk about the surprise. Yeah. Well, we could talk about that, but I think we should also talk a little bit about like how amazing Rally the Troops is. Just like
Yeah.
encapsulate this, that we see these like, and maybe they have given him one, but like I feel like with the CSR awards, there's all these awards of like what the best war game is, and I think that Tor should get War Gamer of the Year. I don't know if that's an actual award that exists in any of these war game things, but I don't think that there's anything as innovative and as amazing as Rally the Troops in like the last few years of wargaming.
So that there was something that existed in the previous versions of the CSR. I think there was an award for like someone who did something notable for the community, and I agree. I think Thor should get something like this. And we're talking a bit before the stream. I was looking at the play trends for different games that are on Rally the Troops, and specifically, I was looking at Andean Abyss and Nevsky. And what I was telling you is that Andean Abyss, there is only a couple of months since it was released in 2014 where it got more plays than the first month on Rally the Troop, and that was the first 2 months after it's released. And then, like, since it's been released, like, it's never been as much played as it has been for the last 8 years. So you clearly have a clear uptick. It's really impressive. People are engaging with the game a lot more than over the course of the last 8 years. And the thing that is awesome is that they also discover things because they realize that maybe they didn't play it quite right. Because also Volko made sure, working with Store, playtesting, making sure that the rules enforcement was perfect. So you really get to really fully understand how the game system works. And also you can see the number of plays per player. People start to play a lot more too. So that's the other thing that I think is interesting, is that the people who are playing also engaging with the game a lot more. And I would say for myself, I've had Andean Abyss for a while, and I've never played Andean Abyss as much as since it's on Rally the Troops, but it also had impact on what I play outside. I've started playing Andean Abyss in person at my club a lot more because I was really into it because of Rally the Troops, and I also felt a lot more comfortable with the rules, which I think is pretty interesting. And it was the same for Nevsky, even more so, because I think Nevsky has never been more played since it was released on Rally the Troops, which is like the months of the release on Rally the Troops, you have a spike of plays that is bigger than the moment of the release, which is insane. Like what the platform is doing is really cool.
Yeah, and I know sometimes publishers are worried about these digital implementations, but like what I would say to that is like all three of the games we just mentioned, like Red Flag Over Paris, Andean Abyss, Nevsky, are all out of stock.
Yeah.
So like I think if anything, this is like getting people excited for when they can go get their hands on another copy of it, because it's just like it's not like you're losing any sales right now, I don't think.
No, we cannot lose any sales. There is no copies to sell. so that's the problem. Hopefully, it will like spark interest in people to actually maybe pre-order the second printing currently on P500, or to get also the localized version. So there would be 3 localized versions that are in preparation right now. Banana Games is doing the one in Chinese. We have one coming in France by Nuts Publishing. And I don't remember, but it's also going to be published in Russia. I don't remember the name of the publisher, but it's the one who usually does the localization for GMT. And if anything, like if it gets people excited about the game before those new editions, that's great. So personally, I wasn't worried about my royalties with the game being there. I was happy to work with Thor on making sure that the module was as good as possible. And the thing that was actually quite interesting in making the module with Thor is to realize that, well, some events are maybe a bit unclear and need some clarifications, and maybe some rules were not as sharp as I thought they were in the way they were in the original rulebook. So it actually doing this now was really interesting, because it means that it's good preparation work for the second printing, meaning that all the work that has been done in clarifying things for Tor to make sure that the module works and the rule enforcement is good is going to be very beneficial for the second printing, because there's a lot of stuff that had to be cleared out for it to completely work on Rally the Troop as a system. So that was actually pretty nice. Should we say the surprises, or do you want to say anything? Yeah. So
some
as we said,
waiting. They've been waiting this whole time. They didn't really care. I should also the last thing I should say is that Fred mentioned in our group chat with Joe Dewhurst that he's just like, my goodness, I've lost so many times on Red Flag of
Yes.
Paris. And so, if you're interpreting why he won today, I would like you to think that I held back, but he actually genuinely beat me. But I think he's still got a below 50% win
Oh
rate.
yeah, way below. So this was game 6. It's only the second game that I won. So I lost
Yeah.
the 4 other. And before playing, I had actually a lose rate of 80%, which was
Mhm.
pretty humbling, I would say. But I
Yeah,
was
so this
pretty.
is the effect of globalization. Is now that you can play with anyone in the world, you're not as competitive as you thought you were.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty brutal realization, especially when it's your own game. But yeah, I got crushed by players, and I actually stopped saying that I was the designer because it was too
Embarrassing.
humiliating, too embarrassing. So I have a new name and everything, and I don't want everyone to know
Mhm.
that yeah, it's very hard. And I'm happy that I got a win. So that's good. So now I'm on a 33% win rate thanks to you, Steven. And I have 2 games also in parallel being played. And actually, I can show the games that I have right now just to show how
Mhm.
awesome this platform is. So I currently have to take my turn on a game of Indian Abyss. I have 3 other games of Indian Abyss, as I was saying. In each of them, I'm playing a different faction, and then I have 2 games of Red Flag over Paris. And as you can see, this game, Red Flag over Paris, I lost. I was playing Versailles and I lost against the Commune. This game of Red Flag over Paris, I was playing the Commune, I lost against Versailles. This game of Red Flag over Paris, I was playing Versailles, I lost against the Commune. And this play, I was playing the Commune, I lost against Versailles. So pretty brutal. Yeah, that was. But yeah, I'm happy that I won today. That's definitely nice. So the surprise. Sorry about that. Stephen had a great idea, so you can thank Stephen for thinking about this. But what was your suggestion, Stephen?
So basically, I as a crazy monk am having to get rid of most of my collection because like you can see in the back that most of I actually can't angle my finger correctly. There we go. I'm having to replace everything with books instead of games, and so I have a copy of Red Flag over Paris that has seen some love but is in still very good condition, and I'm basically gonna send this to who I don't know how Fred's gonna decide who's gonna get it, but someone in North America, and we'll ship it to you no problem. You just have to sign up, but Fred will decide how that works.
Yeah,
And then Fred has a copy for those in the UK and EU, and
yeah,
so this is kind of our surprise is that like if you watch this and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a physical copy of this, then that's the surprise is that hopefully at least 2 people will get some physical copies even though it's out of stock right now.
yeah. The only thing that we ask is you pay for the shipping. So you'll just have to PayPal either Stephen or I, depending on if you get the US copy or the UK EU copy. What I would say is when you're on your laptop, you go in the about section of the channel page and just drop me an email to ask for Red Flag over Paris. You either mention if you want to have Stephen's copy because you're based in the US. I think you said it was okay if it was Canada and
Yeah, it's probably
like
okay
Mexico,
for
like if it's North
yeah,
America, that's fine.
yeah,
Yeah. And for me, that would be only UK and EU. So just reach out, say which region you are in, and I guess the first of each
yeah.
one is gonna have it.
But that's
And we'll just give you our PayPal addresses and ask for shipment to be paid. And that's pretty much it. Yeah,
yeah,
because I did free shipment for a very civil West, and I think I ended up with everything that I sent, I think it cost me around 150 pounds for
yeah.
that. And I was like, that was maybe a bit too generous. Like,
Yeah, I do these free shipments of big boxes to Joe and Fred of some of my games, and I'm starting to think that maybe those are a little too
maybe
generous
we
too.
should at least pay for
Yeah.
the shipments. But yeah, so find my email address
Mhm.
in there, send an email, and 2 persons are gonna get a copy, one in North America and one in the EU. So I hope that
Yeah.
you'll
And
enjoy those games.
if you don't live in those regions, I'm really sorry, but it sounds like there's some the Chinese version at least is coming, and yeah, it's unfortunate that we can't be part of this, but you can blame Fred for that.
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need a bigger, I would say, community in the
Mhm.
Homolidens Discord server to. Actually, I think we cover most of the continents. It's just that I'm not sure that everyone had a copy of Red Flag
Yeah, we
over
should have
Paris to spare.
browbeat Jan into giving up his copy of
Yes,
Red Flag over.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that could have been a good idea. And by the way, if you want to join the Homolidens Discord server, you can donate on Coffee. It gives you access to an instant invitation. It has no limit of what kind of money you can donate if you want to participate. And I would say the Discord server is actually pretty cool. We have a club de jeu where we play a game together every month. It's a pretty nice community. Actually, it's overall super cool. It's just not nice to me, but that's a different problem. So
Mm-hmm.
that's, but apart from that, no, it's an awesome community. We talk about game design. People begin designing games together in that community. We play games together. We have tournaments. We have small giveaways. We share games across the community. People give games to each other and all that stuff. So it's a pretty cool stuff to be part of. It's a very nice group. You're part of it also, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always pretty careful about this Discord servers you're in. So I
Yes.
appreciate the fact that
Yeah.
you're in this one.
I try to be in as few as possible, and even I will say that for any of those who join, there's a lot of activity on there, which is really good. But just like click through what you want, and if you see a guy claiming that his part of Indiana is better than yours, that's when you'll jump into and post something. Or like I respond to there's this crazy crossbow guy that will post random things, and I'll try to usually respond to his stuff. But you don't have to respond to everything; it's fine.
No, it's okay. Yeah, it will be okay. But yeah, so feel free to join us. And remember, if you think that it would be a good idea to have a Red Flag Over Paris tournament, let us know in the comments, and I'll be working with the Rally the Troops team to set and organize that if we see that there is a response. And then, yeah, remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video. Thanks for watching us this morning. And thanks again, Stephen, for being awake so early
Yeah, no problem.
to be here. And I guess I'll spend the rest of my day working on the playbook for Jest because I'm late. And Joe is going to start to be upset. What are you working on right now, Stephen?
I probably should finish up the campaign, the Resisting Reagan campaign for the Guerrilla Generation, where it'll be the social movements, the Central American Peace Movement, versus Ronald Reagan administration trying, and then you'll be able to play the El Salvador and Nicaragua games in the Guerrilla Generation side by side and also in team mode.
Oh,
so that should be pretty interesting.
Super interesting. Well, looking forward to that. When you've done some progress on it, I'll be happy to give it a go with Joe for sure. And then if we need to be four, I guess Peter would be one, and we can find player four pretty easily if we want to do team mode. Cool, excellent. But looking forward to talk about it more. I think up next on the channel is probably going to be episode 3 of the British Way, because that's what everyone wants to watch apparently. Because I've got some polls in the community tab to check what is going to be the next video. So everyone voted for the British Way.
I actually voted for Undaunted Stalingrad and still lost.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Vote for my own game.
So that's pretty weird, but yeah, it will be the British Way, and then we should have a review of 1212 Las Navas de Tolosa by Draco Ideas that should be released after that, and then a couple of playthroughs and stuff like this, preparing some stuff in the background. But yeah, a few upcoming content. So thanks everyone for watching. Have a great Sunday, and see you soon. Bye bye.
See ya.